I love you, girl, but I'm out of time. Say I'm there for you, but I'm out of time. All right. If you couldn't tell from that intro, today I'm going to be doing something a bit different to what I normally do. You know, normally I do One Piece videos, or normally I do, gaming videos or stuff like that. But today I'm going to be doing something that I've done once before, and that is ranking music. Specifically, the WEEKNDS music, because I listen to him the most, and I feel like I'm qualified to rank all of his albums. Now, last year, I did this around February of last year when he was doing like his whole Super Bowl performance. Let's just say my opinions have changed since then. My previous ranking, there were only 6 albums out. Dawn FM wasn't out yet. My previous ranking was number 6 was My Dear Melancholy. Number 5 was Trilogy. Yeah. That would probably annoy some people. Some really big fans of The Weeknd. Number 4 was Beauty Behind the Madness. Number 3 was Starboy. Number 2 was Kissland. Number 1 was After Hours. Now, my opinions have changed since then. My opinions, my taste has evolved, one might say. My opinions have changed. That's it. Before we get into the new rankings, which there may be some opinions here that you may or may not disagree with. You may disagree. You may agree with them. Who knows? Before I get into the new rankings, if you like these kinds of videos, let me know in the comments below. I feel like I want to do more music-related stuff because I spend a lot of my life listening to music. So, why not do more music stuff? If I do another album ranking video, it'll probably be someone like Kanye, because I've listened to him. I listened to him the second most behind The Weeknd, behind Abel, as true fans call him. Also, something to take into note before we get into the rankings, I am not a professional music guy. I do not have, like, professional reviewer opinions. I'm not an Anthony Fantano or anybody like that. I am a Josh Canner. I am a Josh. I'm just a regular person who thinks they know what they're talking about. I might not. Alright. Now, let's get into the rankings. It's been long enough. At number 7. Number 7. My opinion still hasn't changed. I have My Dear Melancholy at the bottom. I should say, I don't think any of these albums are bad. I don't think any of them are bad. This is just the one I listen to the least. There are some good songs on here. Like, I really like Call Out My Name. Like, the main song this album is known for. But other songs on there are good too. Like, Hurt You, I Was Never There. I enjoy those songs. But this is just the album I listen to the least out of his. That isn't saying it's bad, though. At number 6, the second lowest spot. Last time, I had Trilogy here. And that will annoy some people. But at number 6 now, I have Beauty Behind the Madness. Now, this has some of my favorite songs from The Weeknd on here. Like, or some of my favorite hits of his. Like, You Can't Go Wrong with The Hills and Can't Feel My Face. Those are some bangers. Some really good tracks. Some really, really, really good tracks. Some really good songs. I'm not calling them tracks. I'm not that far down into the music nerd pipeline. Why am I calling them tracks? Songs. They're songs, not tracks. God, you're annoying if you call them tracks. I don't know what that came from. In the Night is one of my favorite Weeknd songs. I love In the Night. I love In the Night. There. I remember the last time I had it very low, or like in the bottom 3 of all his albums, because it had a song with Ed Sheeran, and that I realized that's like petty of me. I just dislike Ed Sheeran, But, you know, it's an alright song. Not his best, but not his worst either. So that was petty of me to put it in the bottom 3 just because of Ed Sheeran. But as a whole album, you know, just like My Dear Melancholy, I listened to this probably the second least. But that isn't saying it's bad. Like I said before, I'm not saying it's bad. All right. And now, the top 5 out of 7 albums. This was really hard for me to rank the top 5. You know, I love After Hours. After Hours was the first like physical music thing that I ever bought. It was the first vinyl I ever bought. You know, Kissland. It's one of my favorite albums just to listen to, just to vibe to. All right, Starboy. Starboy's amazing. Dawn FM, the newest album, one of the first CDs I ever bought. And Trilogy. Trilogy has some amazing songs. All right, but to rank all 5 of these albums separately on their own, to put one on top of the other, to put one below another, it was the hardest thing for me to do. And that's why at number 5, I have Trilogy. I have Trilogy at number 5. Now, let me just get into Trilogy, okay? Trilogy is amazing. House of Balloons / Glass Table Girls is one of my favorite songs ever. I love House of Balloons. When I heard it at the Super Bowl, I freaked out. When I heard it at the Super Bowl, I was like, no way he's actually playing this, right? And he did. Wicked Games. Wicked Games is so good. It's so good. The Knowing. The Morning. Valerie. I love Valerie. Valerie's a really good song. And, you know, just like most of these songs on Trilogy, I think it gets, like, most of these songs get 0 recognition. The Fall, Initiation, there's so many good songs on here. It hurts to put it at number 5. It really does, honestly. And then, number 4. Number 4. I have Starboy. Now let's get into Starboy. Starboy is one of my favorite albums ever. I feel like I'm just a broken record saying that. It's one of my favorite albums ever. But Starboy has so much, like, has so many songs you can dance to. So many, I can't dance. But so many songs you can dance to or just get energized listening to them. Even if the lyrics aren't like what? Like, what are you talking about in these lyrics, huh? Starboy, the title track, the title song. I hate saying track. The title song is amazing. Daft Punk, you know, rest in peace, you know? Daft Punk were literal gods. All right. Reminder is a really good song. Rockin' is like an underrated. I say underrated, but looking at Spotify, it has 200 million plays. In fact, every song on this album has over 100 million plays. That's crazy. Secrets is really good. Sidewalks with Kendrick is really good. I really like it. Ordinary Life, I really like it. Die For You, one of the best tracks ever. I keep saying track. I hate myself for saying track. One of the best songs. One of the best songs in his whole discography. Die For You is one of his best songs. And I Feel It Coming. Once again, R.I.P. Daft Punk. You know, one of the best ending tracks to an album. Screw it, I'm just gonna keep saying track. One of the best ending tracks to an album. It feels like an end credits like an end credits song, you know? The ending of the album, it feels perfect. And to have that at number 3. Oh, I had it at number 4. Wow. Starboy is really good. And now we're in the top 3. The top 3. If you're playing along at home, the 3 albums we have left are After Hours, Kissland, and Dawn FM, the Weeknd's newest album. Now, at number 3, drumroll please. At number 3, we have Dawn FM. At first, when I first listened to this album, I was like, is this his first miss of an album? I didn't like it my first listen, but thankfully I kept listening to it. And let's just say this album's a classic. This album is a classic. It's a classic, okay? It's a classic album, and it hasn't even been out for 6 months yet. All the songs on here are so good. Actually, there might be like one song or... yeah, the only song I would consider like not the best on here is Best Friends. But every other song... I'm not counting interludes like A Tale by Quincy or Every Angel is Terrifying or the last song, Phantom Regret by Jim. Speaking of which, why is Jim Carrey on this album? That still surprises me. But Gasoline, when I first heard that song, I was like, whoa, what is he doing with his voice? Whoa. How Do I Make You Love Me? A banger. Take My Breath, another banger. Sacrifice, a banger. Out of Time, oh, it's so nice to listen to. It's like, I was singing it in the intro. Oh, it's so good. Here We Go Again with Tyler, the Creator. Maybe not one of the best songs on the album, but it's still a really good song. And then I Heard You Married with Lil Wayne. It's good. It's pretty good. And then my favorite track on the album, Less Than Zero. I heard this song and I transcended. Into the stratosphere. I was like, oh, this is so good. It's a really good album. It might end up in, it's my album of the year so far. It might end up in the top 2 or maybe the top 1 one day. It just depends on how it grows on me. But if it's at number 3 now, I think that's a very good sign. Now, the top 2, the final 2 albums, Kissland and After Hours. I did this bit last time. I did a ranking on all his albums, on all the Weeknd's albums. Will it be Kissland or After Hours at number 1? Well, we have to go through number 2 first. And number 2 is Kissland. Kissland is a classic album. I think Kissland is actually his most underrated album. Everyone who's a Weeknd fan has said that at one point. It's annoying, but it's true. Kissland is a great album. I love almost either every song. Let me check it really quick. Let me check the track. Let me check the song list. Oh yeah. Every song on here is amazing. Professional, The Town, Adaptation, Love in the Sky, Belong to the World, Live For with Drake. The last time we'll see The Weeknd with Drake on his song. If you know, you know. Wanderlust, Kissland, Pretty, Tears in the Rain. 10 songs. And it's a classic. It is a classic. It's a classic album. And now, the last album, number 1, is After Hours, baby. You did it. You did it. You beat it. You beat Kissland. You're #1. I can't believe this. How did he do it? It's his most critically acclaimed album. Alright? But who cares about awards when it's just this good? Every single song. Alone Again. Such a good intro. Too Late. So good. Hardest to Love. Oh, it makes me feel hard to love. It makes me feel sad. Scared to Live. Oh, it's bringing me up again. Snow Child. Okay, we're calm again. We're calm again. Escape from LA. We're still calm. Heartless. Okay, the energy's coming back. The energy's coming back. Faith. There's energy, and then it gets slow at the end. It's nice and calm. And then the biggest track, one of the biggest tracks in the world, probably ever, Blinding Lights, the energy's back. The energy's back. And then, In Your Eyes, the energy's still going. Save Your Tears, the energy's still going. And then it slows down. It slows down with Repeat After Me. And then, After Hours, you're like, oh, God. And then Until I Bleed Out, you're just finished. You're finished. I didn't mean it like that. Okay? I meant like, you're emotionally finished, okay? Stop taking it the wrong way. What is wrong with you? Oh my God. Yeah, but yeah, this album's #1. There's no denying in my mind. This album's the best. This album's #1. All right. All right. Now, that was my ranking of the Weeknd's albums. Do you agree or do you disagree? Let me know in the comments below. Down there. And while you're down there, maybe subscribe. And maybe like the video, because I'm ending the video now. And if you don't like and subscribe before I end the video, I know where you live. Alright. You have 5 seconds. Are you subbed yet? If you're not, oh well. Bye.